Welcome to Cruise News Central with Joseph.
Cruise news on November 23rd in the year of our Lord 2024. Carnival Cruise has added another controversial product to the banned item list. I generally have a pretty strong opinion about banned items, and this one is no different. But for a change, I am thrilled about this decision by Carnival. Let's roll the story.
Carnival Cruise Line bans all Bluetooth, portable, and wireless speakers from their ships. The reason cited by Carnival is that personal speakers brought on board by guests can make it hard for both passengers and crew members to hear public announcements, which can be particularly dangerous in an emergency situation. It is also speculated that huge amounts of complaints from passengers about having to hear other people's music is also a likely reason for the ban. Of course, this change is rubbing some Carnival passengers the wrong way. There are complaints about not being able to listen to music when they get ready in the morning, and others are up in arms because they will not be able to bring their speaker to the beach at ports. I, for one, am 100% in favor of this new ban. I certainly don't go on vacation so I can be forced to listen to other people's music. I say get some headphones. What do you think?
One of my biggest pet peeves is people playing their music loudly in a public area. Way to go, Carnival, on making your ships free of this distraction. This next story highlights a somewhat death-defying river cruise that has passengers literally trying not to lose their heads. This story takes place in the beautiful exotic country of Thailand. My wife and I were there for a couple of months about 2 years ago. Absolutely fell in love with it. The culture there is very different than what we're used to as Americans. One thing that stood out was the lack of regulations they have on just about anything. Roads would be like half missing and people would just drive on the side that was still there. It's kind of an anything goes lifestyle in Thailand. Let's roll the story.
A relaxing river cruise turned into a death-defying thrill ride. Sailing along Bangkok's famous Chao Phraya River, passengers were forced to duck down to avoid getting knocked in the head while barely making it under a bridge. The incident occurred after heavy rains caused the water level to rise dramatically. According to reports, the unseasonal rains that caused the water to swell have increased safety concerns for local boat operators. The Chao Phraya River, often translated as the River of Kings, is a popular tourist attraction in Bangkok. It is known for its scenic views and cultural landmarks. The river flows through Bangkok and then into the Gulf of Thailand. Though no one was hurt while the vessel was under the bridge, the near miss is a strong indicator that they should maybe pause river cruises until the water recedes a bit.
Norwegian Cruise Line is a favorite of many cruisers. But this week, they managed to confuse, upset, and confound a large amount of would-be passengers. An unusually large amount of cruises were suddenly canceled with really not much of an explanation from Norwegian. Let's roll the story.
Norwegian Cruise Line abruptly canceled around 38 cruises taking place over 5 months and across 3 ships. The cruise line scrapped sailings between November 2025 and April 2026 on the Norwegian Dawn, the Norwegian Star, and the Norwegian Jewel. The line cited fleet redeployment as the reason for the changes in letters sent to passengers and travel partners on Thursday. Obviously, passengers that had rooms booked on these cruises are shocked and confused, especially considering how vague Norwegian is being about the reason for the cancellation. Norwegian is giving full refunds and 10% off coupons for future cruises to the affected customers. In part, Norwegian said, occasionally scheduled itineraries may need to be canceled, allowing us the opportunity to introduce enhanced voyages that accommodate strong guest demand and provide a more immersive experience. I have to say, if I was one of the passengers booked on a canceled cruise, I would want a better explanation than that.
What do you guys think of all these cancellations? Is Norwegian just going to rebook the cruises at higher prices? Earlier this week, things were a little out of tune on Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas. Let's roll the story.
There was a sudden and confusing downpour inside of Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas a couple of days ago as sprinkler systems suddenly were spewing water onto the ship's Royal Promenade on Deck 5. Passengers were enjoying their last night of a Roatan, Honduras and Cozumel, Mexico cruise as they found themselves running for cover from the unexpected promenade precipitation. Social media video captured stunned guests in the area filled with restaurants, bars, and shops, taking videos while dodging the water and crew members racing to address the situation. Reports said it was minutes before the crew members turned off the sprinklers, leaving a substantial amount of water on the floor and guests looking for covered areas to stay dry.
Have you ever been on a cruise with a mechanical malfunction like the sprinklers being triggered? The closest I've ever come is technical difficulties getting shows started in the theater. It seems like the passengers in these videos were making the most out of the sprinkler situation, getting some good videos of the chaos. I know it's around here somewhere. Where did I leave that? Oh, there it is down there. Yeah, you guys know what to do. Our next story has to do with real safety issues for cruise passengers at a certain private beach resort. For the most part, I do trust the cruise lines to make good decisions when it comes to passenger safety, but in this case, there are very real problems going on inside the nation this beach resort is attached to. What do you guys think is the right call here? Let's roll the story.
Royal Caribbean Cruise Line continues to bring passengers to its private island at Labadee, Haiti, despite the State Department issuing a Level 4 Do Not Travel to Haiti warning. The warning is headlined, "Do not travel to Haiti due to kidnapping, crime, civil unrest, and limited health care." The cruise line explained the situation in a recent letter to passengers on board the Explorer of the Seas. Kindly note that civil unrest taking place at Port-au-Prince is 128 miles south of our private destination at Labadee. The drive, on less than ideal road conditions, would take more than 6.5 hours. Royal Caribbean also has private security monitoring the beach resort and has also taken other actions to make sure the Labadee resort stays safe. What do you think? Should Royal Caribbean keep Labadee open despite the civil unrest in Haiti?
So I recently asked you guys, my viewers, to leave what kind of pet you have and the name of your pet in the comments. I received a big response from this and have had a blast looking at all the creative pet names you guys have and the loving comments you leave about your furry friends. For all you dog lovers out there, our next story might just make your week. There is a cruise made just for you. Let's roll the story.
Why can't I take my dog on a cruise? Well, it turns out you can. Margaritaville at Sea Cruise Line is currently booking a special dog-friendly cruise. 250 dogs will be welcome onto the ship. As part of the experience, each guest will be assigned a pet butler to ensure their cabin and the ship remain clean, and each dog will have access to a private relief station on their balcony. There will be dog shows and training sessions, guest speakers and costume contests, along with gifts and samples from vendors. Travelers will also be able to book slots with dog groomers and puppy massages and enjoy dog-friendly splash stations. In case you were wondering, on most cruise lines, you need special circumstances to board with a pet, but Cunard's Queen Mary 2 cruise ship is an exception. It is always a pet-friendly cruise ship, dogs and cats, for transatlantic crossings. It has 24 kennels, lots of space to play, and a dedicated owner's lounge. Personally, I think this is great. I find myself missing my cat whenever I'm on a long cruise. What do you think? Should cruise lines be more pet-friendly?
Hey, that's it for Cruise News Central today, November 23rd in the year of our Lord 2024. Always remember, no matter what your destination is, no matter what cruise line you choose, adventure awaits.